Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my 2014 NFL Draft prospect profiles, and this video is for Michigan State cornerback Darqueze Dennard. Dennard sits at 5'11", weighs 200 pounds, was a mainstay on that Michigan State defense this year. Way more than a mainstay. I'll correct myself there. Where this Michigan State defense, who was at the top of the national rankings all season, to me their success really started with their corners having the ability to play press man coverage and take receivers out of games. You had Trey Waynes on one side, the sophomore, and on the other side you had Dennard, who was fantastic this season and really was throughout most of his career at Michigan State. He wins the Jim Thorpe Award, of course, for the best defensive back in the country. But even on top of that, he was tremendously productive in areas that maybe cornerbacks aren't really known for. And I'll point to his tackles. He had 59 tackles this year for Michigan State, fourth on the team. When you consider a defense that was as prolific as they were, for a cornerback to be fourth in tackles, I think really speaks to his ability and his wanting to really come up and make sticks in the run game and really be productive in that way. Not many corners have that in them. I think that's what separates the Darrelle Revises and the Richard Shermans of the world from some other corners. Obviously, their ability to cover first and foremost, but secondly, the ability to come up and make the hit when they need to be able to shed a receiver in the blocking game and make a tackle. I think Dennard has that trait, and I think that's going to translate well to the next level. One concern people have with Dennard is he's a press man corner, very aggressive. And in today's day and age in the NFL, does that lead to him being heavily penalized? That remains to be seen. But, I think it's much better to have a guy who's extremely aggressive and try to coach him up and really get him to use that aggressiveness to his advantage than the opposite. Get a guy who's extremely raw, talented, and athletic, but you can't get him to stick his nose in there. So, again, I'd much rather have that problem with Dennard. And if he can curb that, if he can curb the over-aggressive play and penalties, I think he could be a fantastic cornerback in the NFL. And certainly a guy that, again, a commodity in the league right now, being able to play man-to-man anywhere on the field. Quite frankly, not many corners can handle that. He's 5'11", and I know this new day and age in cornerback, with the Richard Shermans of the world standing at 6'3", Brandon Browner, his counterpart in Seattle, before he got suspended at 6'4". The thinking is maybe you need corners that size now in the NFL. I don't think so, because if you look at it, Dennard had 31 passes attempted on him that traveled over 15 yards in the air this year, and only 3 of them were completed. So I think when you talk about his ability to time passes, his ability to cover deep routes against taller receivers, I think he has those qualities. And I look at Dennard as being the first cornerback taken in my eyes. The first corner taken, I look him getting taken anywhere between picks 8 and 15 in this one. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him sneak, at 8, 9, or 10 there. Again, first corner off the board is Dennard. Let me know what you guys think of Darqueze Dennard. Again, I was just very impressed with this guy and the overall contributions he gave the best defense in college football this year, in my opinion. Guys, hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter as well. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Guys, I'm doing prospect analysis like this, and I'm also covering the entire NFL offseason. NFL 365 days a year right here. So be sure to subscribe. It's completely free. Have a great night.